Rebuilding your life rarely starts with a dramatic moment. Most of the time, it starts quietly. And if you ain't paying attention, those quiet drifts could stretch for years. Last time we talked about how comfort removes resistance and how over time that changes you. This is how that looked in my life. This is built, not found. There were a couple seasons in my life where that drift happened. First one was about 2004. I was in my early 30s, new dad. I had 2 kids under 2. Life got busy. Sleep was rare. Food was whatever I could get my hands on. Training completely disappeared. And at the time, it didn't feel like a decision. It felt like relief. Less resistance disguised as rest. And after a few years, it showed. By 2007, I'd gained like 30 pounds. I felt soft, weak. I was ashamed of what I'd become. But that moment pushed me back into training. 4, 5 days a week. And in time, I was strong again, lean again. Life felt good. But that second slide cut deeper. Around 2012, life got busy again. My 3rd kid was about 2. And little by little, that same pattern returned. Then came the injuries. Both rotator cuffs, different years. A back injury so bad I couldn't walk for weeks. Later, I completely tore my Achilles. Every one of those gave me a reason and an excuse to stop. By 2019, I topped off at 275 pounds. My doctor had warned me about a year before. He said, if you don't start taking care of yourself, you ain't gonna make it to 65. You think that would have woken me up? It didn't. The moment that really woke me up, hit me hard, was a picture. I saw myself standing next to my family, my shoulders rounded, gut stretching my shirt tight, and it felt like getting kicked in the chest. That moment, I couldn't hide anymore. I told myself life just got harder. Truth, I stopped resisting it. How far I'd fallen. Man, I was so angry. Part of me knew I was tired, doing my best. But best without discipline still falls apart. Man, I hated who I let myself become. And something in that moment flipped. That night, I prayed for the first time in years, not to lose weight, but for the strength to just start again. I started training, but this time with intention. 4 days, 5, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. Rebuilding strength, discipline, structure. It wasn't quick. It took me like 4 or 5 years just to get back down to 200. Something else changed. Not just my body, my mindset, my faith. During that same season, I found my way back to the church, and rebuilding physically and spiritually became the same work. Structure, consistency, humility. 7 years later, I'm still training, 5, 6 days a week. Prayer and scripture every day, Mass every week. I'm stronger, leaner, grounded. That process taught me something. Rebuilding doesn't happen in a moment. It happens quietly in the smallest decisions. Showing up, training, choosing resistance over comfort. Day after day. And those choices stack. And eventually, they change you. That whole journey became temple built. Most people aren't broken. They just drifted. They don't need a miracle. They just need a path back. And if you've been drifting too, it's okay. You can rebuild. Rebuilding doesn't start with perfection. It starts with honesty. From one small decision to begin again. It doesn't start with a dramatic moment. It starts quietly, right where resistance begins again. The work continues.